Lynn and Andrew and Barb, and they represent the Friends of Northern Hospice, which has been a group that I've learned has been extremely active for around about 20 years now. So I'm going to ask Barb, how did the Friends of Northern Hospice first come about?
Well, Heather, it is a long story, and you're correct. It is over 20 years. Lynn and I were both nurses at the previous hospice, and we loved it. However, about midway through the 1990s, some of the families of the patients who had died in the hospice decided that we could do with a few more comfort items.
Mm-hmm.
So they formed a group called the Friends of what was then Philip Oakton House.
Uh-huh.
So we were a fundraising group, basically. Then sadly, in 2007, 40 years after Philip Oakton was established, it was closed. And at quite short notice, so this group of friends then became a lobby group, which was something foreign to all of us. Like, we're nurses, we're not lobbyists.
Yeah. So you're both nurses together at what was then the hospice, Philip Oakton House. Yeah.
We were both nurses together. And so then we tried for 6 months to keep that facility open, and we were not successful. So from mid-2007, we've been on this hospice journey to re-establish another hospice in Launceston. Oh. And we've seen a lot of health ministers, politicians come and go.
Yes.
So we have been there, and we are still here because for us the end is in sight. There's a hospice looming.
Yeah, so I was talking to Lynn and Andrew before, and I know that the focus is on establishing the Allambie Community Hospice. Mm-hmm. And as you say, it's getting close. What is your vision for this new hospice that has had a commitment of funding from federal government? Yeah. And there is now a lot of action starting to occur locally to see this come to life. What's your vision?
Oh, look, we're terribly excited. We're delighted to have this beautiful old building that's going to have a whole new clinical life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it was built originally, and it would be wonderful to see it return to that use. But because of its setting, because of its gardens, the ability it will have for people to be, let go from their room to a veranda, to the gardens. Families will stay over. And so that's our dream. It's taken longer than we'd hoped.
Yeah.
Back in 2022 when we got the federal funding, and that in itself was something else. We'd never had that sort of support before. So from then on, that's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Then the date was to commence mid-2025 on that building. It's now almost mid-2026. It hasn't quite started, but we're very confident that it will soon start, and we're very excited.
Lynn, the weather definitely isn't on our side right now. Thank you for your help, Andrew.
Most unusual for Launceston.
Lynn, you've described to me how you first felt when you heard the news that the federal funding has been achieved. Describe to me, why is the hospice so important?
Well, it's really important in our eyes because it provides a really unique care for people approaching end of life.
Yeah.
And it's something that's not available in the north of the state as its own entity.
Yeah.
And we know from our experience at the previous hospice how important this element of care is for those approaching end of life. But end of life care really is its own.
It's very unique.
It's its own journey.
Yeah.
But not only for the patient, but the families and the friends as well.
Yeah, so Andrew, reflecting on the importance of family and friends as well as the individual, my sense is that just as in the south where we have the Widow Ward and Peacock One, where that is very much a welcoming, warm space where family, friends can be a pivotal part of that environment. That's part of the vision as well for Allambie Community Hospice.
Most definitely, and we know how important it is to have family and friends at any time of the day, not just visiting hours.
Yeah.
The same as being able to have something to eat or drink at any time of the
Yeah.
day, not just at meal times
Yeah.
as you would in a normal establishment. And things like your pets, things that are important to the individual
Yeah.
that can't be catered for
In a hospital
within the
setting.
normal healthcare setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hospice, it comes under the umbrella of palliative care, but it is very different to
Yeah.
palliative care.
Yeah.
I think it's essential.
I can't help but think that you're currently benefiting from an umbrella. And as an individual, we all have different needs and different preferences
We do.
at
we do.
different stages.
And, we know that most people would prefer to die at home were it possible. But we also know that Tasmania's demographic, for example, lots of people living alone, lots of people over 65 with illness, comorbidities, etc. Lots of people with spouses who are also disabled in various ways. So
facing
when it
challenges.
comes to end-of-life care, staying at home is not always possible, for the long term at least. And, somewhere that is dedicated and understands individuals' needs for that, I think is really important. And you can't expect to get it in a busy ward.
No, I can understand that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a completely different environment.
Yes.
So, Barb, the theme for National Palliative Care Week, which kicks off on the 10th of May, is getting to the heart of it. Big questions, real answers. If I think about what the Friends of the Northern Hospice have been engaging in for about 20 years, does that theme resonate with you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Getting to the heart of it. And it doesn't really matter how long it's taken. I think we're still buoyed by the fact that we're going to have it, that it finally, while we're still alive, still able to fight this battle. Some of us not fight so well, but they're here. We feel that our dream has become a reality.
Yeah.
And even though we're still, some months away from seeing that. And also for the community, I think it's wonderful for them. They've been so supportive, so faithful. They've been with us every step of the way. Sadly, quite a lot of them have died, and not always in ideal circumstances. And we wish they could have had the hospice.
Yeah.
So I think that's a regret, but we can't look back.
No.
We have to look forward with optimism, and we know this facility will be beautiful.
And it will continue to deliver on your efforts for such a long time. You spoke to me before about the number of people that were engaged in this process, and I believe that there were gatherings with...
Oh, we would have 200-300 people at least, rallies.
Yeah.
And we had some of the politicians who would come along and speak who then for some reason couldn't see this through.
Yeah.
So that was, there's been lots of frustration, I think I'd have to say, and lots of knockbacks, where we'd have to head to the pub after we'd been to yet another meeting that...
And lift the spirits, literally and metaphorically. Yeah.
Lift the spirit.
Yes.
Yes. But as you can see, the spirit's still there.
Absolutely. And it's a credit to each of you, your persistence, that determination to see the community gain the support, the dignity that a hospice can provide. I'm really excited to have had the chance to spend time with you today to learn more about the history, to get to know each of you in your own personal circumstances, and to have that opportunity to thank you on behalf of the palliative care community across Tasmania, but particularly in Launceston, for everything that you're achieving. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Shabba. Thank you very much.
Thank you.